Hi guys, thanks for joining.
Hello.
Hey there, good to see you again. Thanks for coming. Hey Yuri, thanks for joining us. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Andre, thank you as well. Got some of our investors, Kobe Calderon. Thanks for joining, Kobe.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah, and then we got Gabrielle Papa. We got Sophia Vlenka. Good to see you again. It was just, I think, 3 hours ago we last talked. And then Zakar Popovich, thanks for joining. Dennis, thanks for joining. Got everybody coming in. Great, great. Wanted to do a microphone check. So if we were to go ahead and do this here, guys, we have a time. You want to start, Mosquito? You want to launch your slides and let's see how they could work.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for this
Yeah,
opportunity.
we see them. Can you
Yep.
advance the slide forward? Oh, you can. All right, great. And your audio sounds good. So I think we're in good shape there.
Thank you.
Great. And then let's go to Yuri Visivin. You want to try your slides out?
Yep. Hello.
Yep.
Just give me a second. Just to confirm, do you see my slides?
Yes, we do. Are they in full screen mode? Yeah, they're there. You know, advance the slide. Yeah, they work.
Cool.
And the audio sounds good.
Yep, that's great.
All right, great. Let's carry on down. Yuri
Stopping.
Gushikov,
Yep.
is that your slides, Arrow Bevino?
Hello.
It's also Yuri. Yes,
That's Yuri's slides. Okay, great.
yeah.
There
So
they
you
are.
see it?
I see Yuri's slides. Yeah. Okay, great. Those work.
Okay.
Appreciate it. I guess we were looking at something else a moment ago. Great. Um, so let's see. Let's go to Dennis at Foresight.
Hope you can see me.
We can see the slides if you can go to full screen mode and advance one. Right
Yep.
now we see the slide sorter. If you can advance, that works. Okay, and your audio sounds good. Did you have any questions for me?
No, thanks.
All right. Foresight. Let's go with Dennis Popov, Zion.
What option do you guys usually choose?
Hey, hello.
Hey,
Have a
Hans, thanks for
shoulder.
joining.
This background.
Wow, we've got a very good number here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
good crew.
this is a punctual crew. I like it.
I know. Usually we're doing this 2 minutes in front of the kickoff time
Well,
instead of 2 minutes
these are
after the kick.
Ukrainians. They can actually work systems, unlike us Americans.
That's right. They are timely. So we see the slides. Can you put them in full screen mode? There you go. That looks good. And can you advance one slide?
See.
And that works. And your audio sounds good. Did you have any questions for me so far?
You see me as well there somewhere?
Yeah, I do.
Or good? It's good.
Okay, and let's go down to the next one. All right. We already did portality. Let's see. For this. Irina, you want to launch your slides as well?
Yep. Uh,
There you are with Iron Cyber. It's full screen. Advance one slide.
mm-hmm.
Did you have any questions for me at this point?
No questions.
Oh, good. Good, thanks. And then we got Koalas Tech, Avian.
Yeah, hi there. Share my screen. Slides.
So we see your slides. You can go into full screen.
Yes. Can you see it full screen?
Not yet.
Okay.
It may take a little bit of a time lag, but we'll see. I think it's in the bottom right.
Yeah, let me try one second.
See the top right, go to the bottom right next to the slider. I think that's the full screen. There you
Is
got
that
it.
what now?
Yeah, I see the full screen, and can you advance? Yeah,
Yeah,
it works. Did you have any questions for me at this point?
Columbus.
Okay, I think that looks good. Uh, let's see. Sophia, can you launch your slides and kick off? Full screen. And we see the slides. Can you go into full screen?
How much
And-
time we have for the presentations?
And and yeah, we see it. We see advancing. That sounds good. Did you have any questions for me, Sophia?
How much time we have for the presentation?
Each company will have 5 minutes to pitch and then 5 minutes of Q&A. We have 11 companies
Oh.
pitching, so we're going to be very proficient with time, and we're already ahead of the game here. So yeah. Okay, thanks, Sophia, for that. That works for us. Looking for Chrome.
I have to change my
see.
presentation.
Who? Justina, no. Who has not shown their slides yet?
Me.
Me,
Okay, Andre, go ahead and do it first, and then we'll go to the other.
sure. Can you see my screen?
I see this. See the full screen. Can you advance ones?
Yes.
That looks good. Did you have any questions for me?
No, no, thank you.
Okay. And the other one, who can you launch your slides and kick off?
Size desktop 2. You see it?
Not
Just
yet.
a second.
Oh, here it comes. Books it. Yeah. We see it. Go to full screen mode. And then, yeah. Did you have any questions at this point?
No.
Okay. I think we got that one. Um, is Oh My Grant here yet? Is Ero Bavovna here yet? And is Drone Space Labs here yet?
I see
right.
I see Yuri from Erebevolfna.
Did we already do your slides?
Hey, I'm
I want
here.
to Yep.
Oh, okay. We already did your slides. You're at the
Yeah,
very beginning.
you already see my slides. I just want to say hi.
Okay. Appreciate that. Thanks. So we're missing two. We're missing Oh My Grant and Drone Space Labs. But we'll keep looking for those guys. Um, is Dark River here, Hans?
I'm looking at I don't see them.
We may have a slot available. We may not. If we don't have a replacement, that's fine. It gives us a little bit more breathing room for transitions. We have 11 signed up and,
Uh,
nine here already. So we're in good shape.
I think at the end of the day, I'd prefer to have a little bit of a buffer.
It's going to be a little bit tight. So for the run of the show today, guys, we're going to kick off right at the top of 1 o'clock. Hans is going to do the introductions and introduce the program and what we're doing here. I'll be doing the timing in the background. I'll be timing you. You get 5 minutes to pitch. At 5 minutes, if you're not wrapping up, I will help you wrap up with asking for your fundraise ask, and we're going to immediately move into questions. We have 5 minutes for questions. That typically means we'll just call out to the investors who has our first question, who has our second question, and whoever raises their hand, they get to ask the question. My recommendation is keep your answers short and to the point, and you'll get more questions. I have had people spend 3 minutes on one question. They did not get very many investor introductions at the end because they didn't answer enough questions. So we'll have to stay on time here. At the very end of the presentations, we're going to go around and ask each investor in the room who participated, who would you like to follow up with? And they'll just call one or two names and we'll make an email introduction with that. And then the rest will be in the calendar invite. You may be contacted by people who are wanting to reach out and talk with you directly. And I think, Hans, you may have a follow-up process as well. Cool. Anybody have any questions for me about the run of the show or what we're doing?
One question from my side. Is it possible? I see some of my colleagues here. They would be interesting cooperation partners for me who have small drones. I have a packaging solution for them. How maybe we can get in contact afterwards?
So if you look at the calendar,
The emails, or I just copy it from the contact from the presentations.
right. Absolutely. If you look at the calendar invite, everyone's email is listed there. So you're welcome to reach out and give them a short
Okay.
email offering a question, and it goes where it goes from there. And like I say, I think some people will be reaching out to you. I think it's always worth a 10-minute discussion to see if there's something there. And so if we can do that, I think we'll foster more community development. I think there's a fair number of potential partners in the audience who would like to talk with you about potential partnering, licensing, or what have you. So we hope to foster that in whatever way we can.
Yeah, it would be good. I have a packaging solution for the FPV drones, for the batteries. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I already cooperate with Ukraine brigades and startups.
All right. That sounds good. Who else has a question?
I have raised my hand. Martin, is it possible to somehow display the timer somewhere so we could see while we pitch?
Yes, we can. We'll try to turn that on at the beginning. It should be in the upper right-hand corner. And so let me go check to make sure we're on track for that. And then that can help. I always recommend you have your own timer. The iPhone's great at that. And then keep track of where you are in the presentation. But we'll see if we can add that right now. Go. Okay. 32. Yeah. And then chat. All right, guys, we'll be kicking off in just a minute. Did Drone for Space or Oh My Grant arrive yet? All right. We'll keep an eye out for those guys. We are at the top of our hour. Let's go ahead and kick off, guys. I want to thank everybody for joining us today here at with Pravo Ventures and TN Capital's first Ukrainian startup pitch event. Great to have a great turnout here from all the startups and a great number of investors as well. With that, we're going to pass it over to Hans to introduce the group and kick it off from there. Hans?
Thank you, sir. It is great to see everybody, and I will be incredibly brief. I know you didn't come here to listen to me. There are far more interesting people on the call, but we really appreciate your support not only for Ukraine, these fantastic Ukrainian founders and entrepreneurs, but also for what we're trying to do with Pravo. So if you're unfamiliar with us, Pravo is myself, my partner Vlad, who you'll hear from in just a second. And our mission is to catalyze strategic capital into early stage startups in Ukraine to support these fantastic founders and entrepreneurs in their fight for freedom, both on the battlefield as well as in the private sector. So we are a membership driven investment syndicate that also has a keen focus on the intelligence space. So my background is in mergers and acquisitions advisory, first at Deloitte Consulting and then at PwC, where I also served as the US manager for their geopolitical investment practice. I'm based here in Washington, D.C., where I am also an independent geopolitical and strategy advisor for a variety of families here. So I'm incredibly passionate about supporting Ukraine, and with people like this, it makes it an easy task to do. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Vlad for a quick intro, and then we can get to the meat of the conversation.
Absolutely. Thank you, Hans. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and we're very excited for you to meet the impressive companies that together with 10 Capital, we got together here. My name is Vlad. I'm the head of intelligence at Pravo Ventures. My background is in open source intelligence, defense analysis, and on conflicts. So that's what I've been advising for the past decade, defense industries and governments. And at Pravo Ventures, I lead Pravo Intelligence. So that's our in-house intelligence consultancy that supports diligence, risk assessments, and also opportunity scouting. So it's very much on connecting those battlefield and local insights with our investment thesis as it pertains to technology and warfare and technology trends. So yeah, very excited for the event ahead. And I think I will be ping-ponging back to Hans for our first speaker of the day.
Great. Thank you very much. Hall, all good if we jump into the first round?
Let's do so. I'll do the timing.
Awesome. Okay, first up on the list, we have Erbe.
Hello, everyone. Start my timer. I hope you see my slides.
Yes, we can. Can you put them in full screen?
Yep. Yes. So,
where'd your slides go?
I'm sorry. 1 second. Maybe like this one. You see slides right now?
Not yet.
Sorry. That's really unfortunate. Okay. I'll do this.
Coming up with full screen. You're good to go.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Yuri. I'm presenting a company called Erbe. And 3 years ago, we start making aerostats. We start making it because our friends in the Ukrainian military ask us to lift more radio repeaters up, because that's what you need in this new war. You need to reach your drones for further away, and for this you need to lift up radio repeaters. That's the only way possible. So after 3 years, we developed 2 products. One is very classical tethered aerostats. They used for more than 200 years. But in this war, we find a new application for them because for the last few decades, mostly Americans mostly lift up radio repeaters and cameras on the Mexican border for surveillance. Electronics become much smaller. You don't need such a big aerostats. And more important, we think we find a new application for them that never existed before. We call it elevated connectivity. It's mean you to control your drones further away. And it's a first war where you actually need to do this. You need to lift up your radio repeaters. We're making this with pretty old technology, tethered aerostat. Second product is high altitude platform. It's also aerostat. It's the same gas lifting up things, but we find a way to send it 500 kilometers deep into Russia to deliver also radio repeaters and sometimes impactors. Our first success was during the Kursk operation 2 years ago when Ukrainian forces moved into Kursk Oblast and find out that Starlink doesn't work there. And they don't have any other comms available there because it was super fast operation. They don't have time to build infrastructure on the ground, and they don't have other options to provide connectivity for our troops. One of my employees actually been hurt by Russian drone back then, and half of his unit were captured as prisoners of war because they don't have comms. They just don't know what happened around. This photo is made in Russia. This is one of our aerostats in Russia. We were lucky because Special Operation Forces, one of the units, have our aerostat. They left Harris radios on it and covered all the zones. So next Monday morning, Special Operation Force Command was in my office with a bag of cash and said, we need aerostats immediately as much as possible. That was our first success. And from then, we built it to the 50 already active on the front line. We spent more than a year fighting procurement in Ukraine because procurement in Ukraine built to procure drones, electronic warfare systems, but never been fit to aerostats. And we spent more than a year fighting it. Now we won this battle against procurement system, and now we're available on the Brave One market. So we have first 9 systems procured through official .chain defense system. So we're scaling. I wouldn't stop on our product line because we don't have much time, but I would say really, really quickly, we developed much bigger aerostat for Thales and for Bakhmut Telecom, that is a big company in Ukraine that provide private LTE connectivity for Ukrainian forces. So we becoming a part of much bigger ecosystem of European defense. We have contract with Thales, that is one of the big 10 in European defense. We're becoming part of the infrastructure building the connectivity. Our second product is high altitude platforms. It's a very hot topic in the world because they provide connectivity and trying to compete their Musk Starlink. But here in Ukraine and Russia, we have very different problem. But we use the same technology. We send high altitude platforms inflated with the gas. It flies using the special software. We predict winds really, really precisely. And we send high altitude platforms with radar repeaters and with smaller drone to impact some targets into Russia. And we have backlog of very successful missions. I would stop really briefly on. We just signed a contract with a big company called Firepoint in Ukraine. If you know something about Ukraine, you should hear this. And we make launches for them, so that's also a good product. We're now in a stage where we need more capital for scaling. We now can produce much more, and we really want this. Really quick on our competitors. On our tethered aerostats, that a classic product that's just few in Europe. Before this, US made super big aerostats, that's true. But right now, it's
Let's go ahead to your fundraise ask. How much are you asking for?
yes. We're looking for $2 million with 15 million cap. Thank you, Pravo Ventures, because they already part of this 500 plus already
Sounds
committed.
very good. So which investor has our first question? Just raise your hand and we'll call you out. Hans?
Any questions, anyone? Or
Yes,
yeah.
yes. First of all, thank you very much for the presentation, and I really well connected to this topic because I come from the defense sector in the IDF in Israel, and I'm very well connected to investors that investing in HLS, cybersecurity, and other things. What I want to ask, if you have already committed you have secure funding of 500,000. I'm wondering what is the usage of the rest of the money that you want to raise?
Yeah, first of all, yes, Israel is really good at aerostats. They have two companies. Most countries have zero companies operating in aerostats market. They have two. So yeah, they're really good at it. First of all, that's not first round. We already get 800,000 in previous round. So this 2 million is mostly for scaling. Partially, it's also for R&D, but part of R&D would be covered with grants from Brave One program. We have really good connection with them, and we now closing the previous grants, and they already written few aerostats teamed grants in the next program. So we definitely would get it because that's not many companies who do aerostats. They fit it specifically for us. So only part would go for R&D, and a part would go for European Union expert because yeah, we're now fighting against export control. We now have first sales to Lithuanian Special Operation Forces, and we have few more requests from European companies who want to start to sell it actively in Europe, and it's also require our presence there and a lot of money. But yeah, in general, in Europe, that's a few French companies, and that's all. And overall, in the world, like last 30 years, everyone sleep about aerostats. No one cares about them. Now, when you suddenly need to connect thousands of drones to the grid, you need this infrastructure, and we are part of this infrastructure because you need to lift up your radio repeaters and you need to stay afloat for a long time because drones can stay in the air for minutes. Expensive drone can stay in an air for hours. Aerostats, we're making cheap aerostats for Ukrainian army that can stay in the air for 3 days. That's not comparable to any drone, maybe super expensive one. So we call it Starlink gap. You have Starlinks. That's a radio repeater, but it's on the orbit. But obviously, access to space launches to Starlink very limited. So everyone wants something in the middle between satellites and ground infrastructure. You need one more layer. We are this layer. We provide in aerostats. That is all technology, but we find a new way to use it right now for this closing the Starlink gap of connectivity.
Who else has a
Okay.
question? Kobe, you have another question?
No, I just wanted to set the meetings with you because I think there is a huge opportunity here in the DACH region in Austria that they allocate 150 million for companies that are already secure funding of 300,000 for getting 700,000 non-diluted funding. And in separate meeting, I'll give you much more information how I can help you.
I'll
And
message you in a moment.
Okay, sounds good. Who else has a question? Got time for one more.
If it's not, I would use it to thanks again for Pravo Ventures, to you and for every organizer who made this event possible. Thank you, guys.
All right, great. Thanks for that.
All right, if we don't have any other questions, might turn it over to Vlad for the next intro.
Absolutely. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Erbovovna. Great presentation as always. Can I invite Portality for their presentation?
Yeah, thank you. Just sharing the screen. Just to confirm, do you see my screen?
Yes, we do.
And
Full screen. You ready to go?
Okay. Hello, my name is Yuri. Happy to be not the only one Yuri on the meeting. And I'm the co-founder of the Portality. Portality is the supply chain automation platform designed to scale profits for retail businesses, for agro industries and beyond. 2/3 of retail companies gained losses in up to 5% of total earnings or 10% in product waste on warehouses, and that's around 3.5 billion per year just for agricultural industry. And this is only because of slow and manual sales and distribution processes. Long story short, every process which a company need to do with other companies, with their vendors, clients, partners, suppliers, etc., is still being done mostly manually and slow. Brutality is the solution for automating the supply chain stages of all types of vendor interactions by creating a tailored B2B self-service portals for larger companies with the very fast and tailored launch with no matter of business complexity. In simple words, this is an all-in-one solution which helps large businesses to build any type of tool from loyalty program to B2B distribution portals, knowledge bases, and other types of platforms with different types of the constructor modes and AI layers. And as a result, companies receive one single super app as a one-stop shop for all the vendors because they are connecting all the data sets, external software, and business operations in one place. Basically, we're targeting on a huge and growing market and only focusing on the agricultural industry. We see the huge growing and we're planning to hit at least 15%. By hitting at least 15% of the obtainable part, we will reach 100 million ARR within the next few years. Basically, the product currently is on the go and scaling. We've bootstrapped, and in 2025, we've reached 135k euro annual revenue, and we're already doubling this revenue this year. And currently having 6 early paying enterprise level clients and expanding our integrators network. Currently, we do pilots with 3 integrator companies and continue growing. Basically, the business model of the product is pretty straightforward. We provide a yearly license fee for the product usage with the ability to create a lifetime option as well. We create an additional layer of integration fees for the integrators market and receive extra revenue from this one. And next year, we're planning to launch the additional layer of revenue by establishing the marketplace of plugin and component solutions based on the Brutality, creating the additional layer of recurring revenue. And the average project metric starts from 1,650 euro MRR from every client, and with only 10% of this part for the customer acquisition cost. Brutality is a tailored solution for the enterprise level companies. We provide only on-premise option. We provide only ability to work with the secure database and all the information, but still we are flexible to build any type of tool within few weeks. Our record is to launch a complex B2B portal for the retail industry in 2 weeks. The professional teams which stands in front of the Brutality is the more than 10 years of entrepreneurship business founders working in IT industry, specifically working with enterprise clients for both Ukrainian and European and US markets. And we do have proven and we continue learning by finishing accelerations and being trusted by additional educational and grants programs. Currently, we're on the pre-seed stage and we're raising 350k pre-seed to spend specifically for product scaling and go-to-market strategy improvement, and to reach 2 million ARR within next year in 2027. We'll be happy to discuss.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any questions?
Yeah, it's Justina from Depo Ventures. I would like to ask you if you could, on an example of potential customer, guide us through this customer journey. Like, what are really the exact services that you offer? It's difficult to understand for me who is exactly your potential customer. What does it mean, enterprise customer here?
Yes, from our perspective, our customer is the retail company which provides B2B services on the first layer. It means that the distribution company which has interaction with the suppliers, with their end customers who make the wholesale orders, and they need to have an automation of maintaining the existing contracts with the wholesale enterprise clients. So our customer is the company who is willing to create a B2B portal for self-service of their clients. And our best ICP is the seed production company or minerals production company for the international markets who work in B2B, who does not sell directly but work through distributors, and they need to set up the automation between them.
And you are raising the funds for which purpose now?
Currently, we're raising to expand our marketing team for Europe because we have proven that the direct sales and the on-site presence on the market works perfectly. And currently, we're interested into scaling to European region first, and next year to the US region. And within that, we're seeking funding for expanding our marketing team on site.
Thank you.
I have only one comment. I'm not a questions, but I have only one comment. Just let you know, first of all, thank you for the presentation. It looks very professional and very promising. I just want to update you that in the DACH region in Austria, there is a specific program that they can help companies that they have more than 100,000 ARR to get up to 3 million euro for scaling their company globally with two conditions. One is opening subsidiary in Austria, in the EU region. And secondly, is to employ at least 2 people from the Austrian ecosystem that can help you to expand your business in that region in parallel. So if you are considering that the DACH region is one of your target market, I'll be very glad to give you more information.
Yeah, thank you. This is very good information. I will reach you out to continue the conversation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Are there any other questions at this time? Okay. If not,
thank you.
Thank you again, Yuri. Excellent presentation. Hans, take it away.
Great. Yeah, thank you, Yuri. And Yuri, I specifically think that what you are building is particularly interesting with all the potential geopolitical tailwinds that Ukraine may see in the future when it comes to, greater integration with Western markets, with the EU markets, specifically in agriculture and minerals and industrial. So great stuff. Next, going to turn over to Foresight One.
I hope you can hear me, guys. So, hello, my name is Dennis. I am a co-founder of Argus Foresight. 1 second, let me just slightly. So first-person view drones change the warfare. Drones are the #1 cause of civilian deaths in Ukraine, according to United Nations and human rights organizations. And the reason why they're so deadly is that they have become incredibly cheap. So anyone literally can go to AliExpress and purchase a drone for $200 that can fly for miles and carry a payload. This is the very same drones that are used in Ukraine in millions. But this threat is no longer confined to war zones. Criminal organizations around the world use drones for illegal surveillance, contraband, destruction of property, as well as even assassinations. To protect against drones, first you have to be able to detect them at long range. But here's the problem. Traditional legacy systems are very expensive, in hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're very large, and therefore it's easy to spot them and destroy by the very same cheap drones. So this is why we invented the Foresight One. It's a portable, passive, long-range detector. This is its size. That is built from inexpensive off-shelf components. Because of its low cost and long range, we can create a integrated network of these detectors to get enhanced detection capabilities such as geolocation. So foresight one is very easy to use. You first bring it to your location. Step two, you unfold the antenna. And step three, you go to a safe location to monitor threats. So our team brings together US science and technology and Ukrainian combat experience. So we are a spin-off of Tulane University in New Orleans. I am a faculty at the university. My graduate student right now in Kiev, managing our business there. Sergey is a combat veteran, which leads hardware development and as well as embedding program. And Ksenia actually leads a civil pilot project in the second largest city of Ukraine, Kharkiv. So our dual use technology has two market segments. Our beachhead is defense, which includes border and homeland security, critical infrastructure, and law enforcement. However, there is much more bigger on top market. It's home security and community safety. In US alone, it's about $16 billion. And this is because the cases of illegal surveillance using drones keep increasing year to year. So we are planning to tap into this market by using business-to-business services, by basically integrating our existing detection technology into the existing home security systems. So this is not a concept. We started with a DARPA funding for the technological development, followed by a commercialization grant from a Tulane University. We secure our IP rights. Our detector has been battlefield tested in Ukraine, and currently we're in our first paid pilot project with the U.S. Army Research Lab that opens a way for our entry to Department of War. But more interestingly is that we are in the active negotiations for two paid pilot projects in Finland and Canada. The Finnish project is especially interesting because it potentially can bring tens of millions of dollars in revenues. So we're raising $900,000 in pre-seed funding. We would like to use this money to convert our pilots into recurring revenue. And the first, we would like to target the critical infrastructure development protection, and then followed by home security mass market by 2027. So to prevent harm, let's solve the drone detection problem together. My name is Dennis, and that was Argus Foresight. And thanks for Hans for bringing me to this event.
All right. Do we have any questions for Dennis?
Can you say some words about the competitors in the market and what is your uniqueness?
Yeah, so basically there's a lot of development using the radar technology, right? We are targeting the passive detection, the purely passive detection aspect, which is especially important if you want to tap into civilian market. This is very important. And the unique aspect is that we are deliberately putting ourselves into creating a very cheap cost per node because we expect for our network to be partially destroyed especially in the battlefield conditions. So this is our unique price. It's just like it's passive detection with the off-shell components for scalability and survivability.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else?
I have a question. Sorry, I was not. I didn't introduce myself. Vladislav Bregovy, head of acceleration program at the Defense Builder. We also have a fund to invest. I just have a couple questions regarding is mesh connectivity between the nodes. It's the first question, and the range.
Yeah. So
range.
Yeah, the first is a positive answer. We are building it as a mesh node precisely for survivability. And the range is that in a testing which was done in Zaporizhia battlefield region, drones were able, our comrades were able to see drones within 25 miles or 40 kilometers range. But given the fact that this is favorable terrain.
And
Obviously,
as for signal classification, do you have certain data sets that you trained your AI models on?
yes, we have our own data set. Of course, this is why partnership with warfighters is very important. But more interesting is that we don't use a traditional AI kind of like deep neural network. That was the subject of our DARPA grant to develop new mathematical techniques precisely to be able to utilize cheap equipment, right? Cheap computational equipment. So that's our
Okay.
also feature.
All right, anyone else? Dennis, you can tell the good academic training that you have. You preemptively answered all the questions, so well done.
Once again, thanks, Hans, for inviting and
Yeah,
more.
thank you. Okay, I will turn it back over to Vlad for our next intro.
Awesome. Thank you, Dennis. Also from my side, fascinating technology. I would like to invite now Mosquitter, if you could present. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for the opportunity to be here today. My name is Anastasia. I'm CEO and co-founder at Mosquito. At Mosquito, we are building ecological mosquito control solutions and surveillance technologies to identify mosquito-borne diseases and threats in the world. So we are addressing the problem in the other battlefield. So we are working with barely visible enemy mosquitoes. They kill almost 1 million people every year. So it is a similar big problem as in the battlefield in the war. And we have barely solutions that solve this problem. Today, it is addressed with such solutions as pesticides, as traditional traps, and all this, unfortunately, is not effective. And from the other perspective, it also even enforces the problem with the pesticides and chemicals that are used. And therefore, our team has addressed our efforts to develop products that solve this problem. Our product portfolio right now includes Mosquito Grant product. That is the product that is designed for large areas up to 2 acres. It imitates human body and attracts mosquitoes that are present in this territory and stops their reproduction cycle. We have Mosquito Mini for smaller areas, and it is largely used in households. And our Fabris monitoring system is surveillance platform that gives opportunity to early identify the threats of mosquito-borne diseases in the world. So as I've briefly already mentioned, technology is based on imitation of human body, and we combine such imitation elements as our breathing with CO2 emission, our skin temperature, also the visual sensors that give mosquitoes opportunity to imitate that it is human body. And all this makes female mosquitoes who are looking for the blood to be attracted and trapped inside. As you can see on the picture on your left, so that there is the results that we are having with our product. Surveillance platform is a huge concern today worldwide because we have very outdated data on where mosquito-borne diseases start in the world. Today, we have roughly weeks and months after we identify this problem and see where the reaction is needed. With Fabris monitoring system and our trained neural network, we are able with our traps to identify online the type of mosquitoes that are present on specific territory, combine them with weather forecast and other environmental elements to early predict potential threat of mosquito-borne diseases. Today, this already deployed in a variety of countries, and with this technology, we are able to turn invisible dangers into visible data. Our cumulative revenue to date is over $1.4 million, and we are having over 125% year-over-year growth rate. Our product go-to-market strategies vary from product to product. With Mosquito Grant, we are building B2B partnerships and go and scale with companies as pest control, like Rentokil Terminix, for example, and hospitality industry. Our technology is validated by Marriott, Hilton, Disney. Mosquito Mini, we are scaling through direct-to-consumer sector, and our fabric monitoring system, we are scaling through our governmental contracts. We also have previous experience of deployment of our technologies through governmental contracts like G20 Summit in India. Our products are tested with the scientists, and we have 26 patents and certifications around our technologies. I'll keep the competition slide to Q&A if there are going to be questions, and tell that we are currently raising $1 million, and our goal is to scale our existing directions of Mosquito Grant, Mosquito Mini that are already profitable, and scale them to the new markets, and with the fabric monitoring system to continue product build and scaling it. We have amazing team with a lineup of advisory board from Google, Nest Thermostat, and Hamilton Beach, who help us to bring this product on the market. Thank you so much for opportunity to present today, and would love to go deeper in the questions.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Are there any questions?
Well, what's the pre-cap valuation?
We are 15 million valuation. Post money.
Could you please repeat again about the revenue? Do you have any paying customers?
Yeah, of course. We are over 1.4 million. It is cumulative revenue, though, for 3 years. And our revenue to date for half a year already exceeded $500,000. And we are on track to do 1.2, 1.3 million in revenue this year alone. So we have...
You're incorporated in Ukraine?
No, we are U.S. Delaware C Corp with our subsidiary in Ukraine. We have research and development office and manufacturing facilities based in Ukraine, and also laboratory and office in United States.
Are you open-minded to open subsidiary in the DACH region in Austria in order to scale up in the EU countries?
We are actively looking for the right location for us to open office in Europe, and definitely that would be a very interesting conversation to have.
I'll be very glad to set a meeting soon.
Thank you, Kobe. Would love to follow up. Thank you.
Well, thank you, everyone. There's no other questions. I guess I'll just hand over to Hans for our next speaker. Thank you very much, Anastasia.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Okay, up next we have Lenka Robotics.
Hello. So, can you see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Looks good.
Good. Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm the founder of Lenka Robotics, and we're trying to make ground robots truly autonomous without GPS, maps, or stable link. And here's our UGV Mammoth that we built, and now it performs missions of frontline logistics and evacuation in Ukraine. So the problem with UGVs is that it relies on connectivity for control and mission execution. So you can only go as far as the link goes. 40% of missions can use GPS, others don't. And 90% of UGV losses come from FPV, and one route can be like 20, 50 kilometers, and UGVs can go further. So with this reliability to connection, the problem is that UGVs can actually drive faster. Like if they drive 40, 60 kilometers per hour, the crash is almost guaranteed. So 10 kilometers per hour is the maximum speed. They avoid driving in forests, tunnels, and complex locations because of those limitations. And a lot of tactical opportunities for UGVs are not used because of that. So we didn't try to fix communication. We decided to focus on autonomy to fix this problem. So on link loss, we enable the vehicle to return, continue, or hold the road autonomously until operator takes the control back. So our current solution can replay the recorded route back out when the connection is lost, or continue the mission with locking on the visual target. And we also built a road segmentation that will allow to keep the lane through complex roads and drive with actually higher speed. So our solution is built on edge compute without cloud or maps. And the price is around $1,000. We received Brave One for R&D, which shows that this direction is a priority in Ukraine. We're actually currently actively validating this and improving with several brigades, and integrated our module on several UGVs. And the military want this solution so hard that some brigades are actually even trying to build it themselves because no one built it for them. So Ukrainian UGV market grew 25 times since 2024. Now there are like 50,000 UGVs used, and Ukraine wants to cover even more frontline logistics with robotics, and all those UGVs are not autonomous. So besides Ukraine and military markets abroad, this solution can be used in many situations in dual use, like agriculture or mining and so on. So our revenue streams currently go from UGV platforms, control modules, and this autopilot model as well. So we plan that our go-to-market is through B2B sales to UGV manufacturers. There are like more than 100 different UGV manufacturers in Ukraine, and also road. And then we plan to go dual use after 2027. So our team have a relevant experience previously in robotics and entrepreneurship. We are raising 750K for 12 months to develop more, like in terms of R&D and scale B2B sales. Join the mission and ask me whatever you want.
Thank you, Sophia. What questions do we have?
Hi, Justina here from Depo Ventures. So your UGV is totally autonomous, but in case of connectivity, I mean, you have all the sensors. So this fully autonomous mode is only in case of connectivity loss, or is it the preferred mode?
No, UGVs used in Ukraine are not autonomous. They are remote controlled. And our solution allows to partially automate the work of UGV operator. UGV operators' work can take from 5 to 15 hours with a speed of 10 kilometers per hour, and our module gives new capability So if you drive like 60 kilometers per hour in parts of the road where it's possible and 10 where it's not possible, then the mission doesn't last so long, and yeah, it makes it easier for everyone. But I think that full autonomy without like any operator work is something that can be only developed in like many years because of complexity of the terrain and specifics of the frontline missions.
Okay.
What about nighttime condition? It relies, as I understand, it works in conjunction with, for example, optical sensor or something like that, right?
Yeah.
What about low visibility, different weather conditions, or during the nighttime?
Yeah, that's a good question. So our module currently goes with thermal cameras, daily cameras, so that allows us to make sure it works in different conditions. But we are still like playing around with different cameras. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. Thank you so much. I will turn it over to Vlad.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Sophia. Do we have drone space labs? Okay. Do we have Oh My Grant? Just double checking drone space labs or Oh My Grant. Okay. Then if that is the case, we can move to Koala's Tech.
There, yeah. Hi everyone. I'm pleased to join this session and jump in. Let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Good. So, hi everyone. My name is Yevgen. I'm co-founder of the team called Koalas, and our company is creating future-proof technology for unmanned battlefield. Let me show you how. So today's radio communication links for unmanned vehicles and robotic platforms, they often fail and they lack few important and significant features. Firstly, they're insecure. They don't catch up with modern challenges like electronic warfare, and they unreliable on long distance. So we end up burying to the ground more than $1 billion every year just with the drones that lost connection. The solution is our product called NADRA. NADRA is an advanced radio network designed to work for all types of unmanned vehicles and solve communication issues in harsh electronic warfare environments and long range. The main advantages of this system are operational distance, connectivity with low latency, as well as low radio signature that providing better resilience to signal intelligence. So how it works? Over the last year, we collected requests, feedback, and scenarios for real-life usage of complex unmanned systems. So we know exactly what type of mesh-based network we need to develop to gain superiority on the battlefield. NADRA is the product delivering stable video link over 200 kilometers, providing GPS-free geolocation and synchronous control over the group of units with resilient data encryption. So now let's talk about market. By the report of Markets and Markets, the total drone communication is marked as $2.7 billion. For this stage, we aim to cover 12% of accessible market, which is mostly located now here in Ukraine. Now let me tell you a bit more about our company and our traction. In the last 2 years, we released a family of telemetry solutions that are being widely used on the front line. And we are getting a lot of positive feedback with those systems. And we scale production. And some combat units even reported that efficiency with our systems skyrocketed up to 80% with unmanned vehicles being used in operations. We achieved more than 10,000 unmanned vehicles, both UAVs, UGVs, being equipped with our products, and our monthly revenue right now is 90,000. Our company raised pre-seed investment already to work on another prototype, and we also had few grants that supported us along the road, and we also participate in the consortium funded by European Union that develops surveillance systems for critical infrastructure. So with limited resources, starting from bootstrapping, we have created a strategy for our business for the next years, and we are moving according to this plan. So our existing product line generates stable cash flow and allows us to build the company processes. And now we are on developing stage of our brand new system, Nadra. And after finishing MVP and testing it at the front line, we are looking to scale this system on Ukrainian market and prepare a strategy to penetrate international market in the next year. So now about the competitors or ecosystem. So the radio comms are the glue that works to connect together various types of unmanned vehicles, and we are looking to find our place in this world by providing the most affordable and flexible solutions. Being very close to our frontline customers, we have created really short production and update cycle, which allows us to reflect very rapidly for new updates and feedback and requests by altering our software and hardware very quickly. Here you can see enthusiasts running this company. We have over 40 members in the team, and our company is growing every month. So what are we asking for? Our company is raising $2 million in seed round for 20 million valuation, and we are going to allocate the largest slice of that investment into production scaling, research and improvements of our another product. So yeah, that's it. We believe it's in advanced. The future is in advanced defense tech solutions. So I'm happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, Evgen. Great presentation. The floor is open for questions.
What is your expectation for what will be the revenue for this year or till the end of 26?
For the year 26, for the whole year, we expect to cover $2 million in revenue, and by the end of the year, we aim to have 1x return of investment.
Who are your typical clients or strategic partners that you are looking for?
Yeah, so we are working closely with the actual combat units, and sometimes we sell our products directly to them. But mostly we are now shifting more into B2B operations, and our main customers are actually unmanned vehicles manufacturers, unmanned ground vehicles manufacturers, and also companies building secure communications for critical infrastructure.
Well incorporated in Ukraine?
In Ukraine, cooperated with a few big manufacturers as well, and providing our solutions to them. So they install our products directly on their drones, and those final products are going through the procurement lines to the front line.
Are you targeting a specific market in Europe or in US or other countries?
The market is really huge right now because the market of drones is really growing, and with the latest news and updates and new strategy in Europe for increasing military spending on drones, there is a huge demand for secure comms for drones.
Just want to tell you that we have a good news with regards to drones in Europe. Actually, the government in Austria opened the international airport in Vienna as a beta site for drones for any kind of usage, for civil and for defense. And they are working together with the national agencies that are helping you to raise capital for R&D. And actually, your office, if you are open your subsidiary in Austria, is in the airport. So it means that you have a close connections to the decision makers that are helping you to test in the international airport. And the second thing, I just want to let you know that one of the biggest accelerators from US moved to the airport city in Vienna to support companies with capital from Silicon Valley. And we are working with them, GV are working with them, because we're helping you to raise the capital from the government to match it with private investors. Some of them are coming from the US or from other countries. So I'll be very, very glad to meet you as well, to give you further information. And I think that if you open your subsidiary in the EU countries, it will be much more easier to attract international investors to invest in your company.
Okay, yeah, that's great. That's a great point. Thank you, Kobe. Yeah, so yeah, I think the critical infrastructure is really important and a huge trend for the next 10 and 15 years, obviously. Yeah, so yeah, let's connect after this meeting and look for more opportunities together. Thank you.
Do we have any other questions?
All right. Thank everyone for this awesome pitch session. Good luck.
Thank you, Evgen. Great to have you. Back to Hans.
Thank you. Okay, up next we have Azeon. So sorry, Dennis, if I know that we've spoken so many times. If I butchered it, I'll blame my my Arkansas accent.
That was very good. That was right.
Good. Over to you.
All right. Let me see if you see my screen, guys.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, perfect. Now I need to see if I can see the timer, but I'm going to start my own. Cool. So, hi everyone. My name is Dennis. Really nice to see everyone here. I'm the co-founder of Azeon, where we built Battlefield UAV autonomy platform. Imagine yourself flying over the battlefield. You see the enemy through the camera, you spot them, and then you immediately lose the connection. Happens every day, multiple times a day. You start working on the connectivity, the drone flies forward, you finally fix the connection, you have to fly back, see where the enemy is, you'll probably send the FPV, might easily take you half an hour. Most likely, you won't see anything when you're there. So you will lose time, you'll use opportunity, you'll use the FPV, and it might cost someone life. And this is not acceptable in the modern warfare. We have to build better systems. And this is exactly what Azeon does. We built a smart platform, which already does route planning, object detection, and recognition. And we're now working on the autonomous navigation without any GPS. This is what is deployed live. It analyzes the battlefield. It works with multiple spectrums, offers unique annotation opportunities to the operators and analysts. And on top of that, it can work with audio signals and radio frequency, which allows us to see things which no one else can see. For example, we could hear the tank, which is hidden in the forest, and we could put it on the map. or we can see the masked radio station. We don't require any humans. The solution can be improved, or annotations can be improved with humans, but it's not required. Our data set is military-born, meaning that we don't have any synthetic data. So the whole loop, data acquisition, annotation, retraining, and deployment is happening in the automatic way. And this is how we take the edge over our competition. Speed, military data, ability to deploy for individual units, and larger teams, unlike the enterprise companies, which are also very, very pricey. We're battlefield tested. Our data set contains more than 130,000 unique objects, and we have very short feedback loop with our users. We operate on a huge market. Everyone knows that this market is super hot at the moment. It's 21 billion this year, and it grows about 15% year to year. And to just have a perspective, the last attack on the enemy was about 400 drones. If we assume 5% of those drones have our system installed, we will get into 1 million in revenue in just 30 days. We offer software licenses as well as software and hardware packages. And that is done with collaboration with hardware manufacturers. We are a software company. We don't produce any hardware ourselves. We have a fantastic team. On average, we have about 17 years of relevant experience per person. We have a military advisor. Our CTO is a field deployed personnel. He brings us data and user feedbacks every day from the battlefield. We've been working together since 2023 as medical volunteering team, and then transitioned to this business. Our ask is $650,000. For that, we will fulfill custom requests on the edge navigation. We're now sealing the paid pilot with an American company, and also we will expand market within Ukraine and outside of Ukraine. Yeah, now I am happy to answer questions. Thank you. I can.
Thank you, Dennis. What questions do we have?
Hi, this is Justina again. I think that you are operating in a very competitive environment. I see very frequently very similar solutions to your one that are being pitched. So what do you think is your real unique selling point compared to competition?
That is very true, especially for Ukrainian market. There's a lot of competition. And we do have close collaboration with our Ukrainian colleagues like Norda and Farsight. We do have few things over them. One of them is indeed the data set that we have. It's purely military born. The second thing is that the sensors we work with, audio, the microphone arrays, this feature is still in development, but we have not seen this being actively used, and it's very much needed according to our users. And when it comes to the radio frequency, right now on the battlefield, on the front line, the antennas are searched by the FPV drones. So imagine an FPV drone flying over the edge of the forest and trying to see the masked antenna. So you're trying to see something which emits radio frequency with something which cannot see anything of that. It's very difficult. We're able to triangulate approximately the location of it, and then the whole reconnaissance is getting way faster and way easier. And then, of course, there are minor things like big enterprise solutions that are quite pricey, and we are designed by default for like individual frontline user and small units.
And you are totally platform agnostic, right? Do you have integration with major manufacturers already?
So the edge device itself, it's NVIDIA Jetson device. So that is based on the NVIDIA chips, and then we can integrate with the hardware which we are offered. The second part of the platform, when it comes to the mission planning, The detection and recognition part, which is user-facing, that is at the moment deployed for Windows PCs, and we're working on making it platform agnostic through the web interface.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stina.
One question regarding the acoustic part. What is the planet range for the acoustic detection? Because we can assume that there would be a lot of noise if it is installed on the platform.
It does require quite sophisticated noise filtering out, and it's in the prototype phase. So I cannot tell you exactly. It's low flying altitudes, usually up to 200 meters. That's where you can hear a tank very clearly. When you have like at the height of 1 kilometer, it will not work that good. Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else? All right, great. I'll turn it back over to Vlad.
Perfect. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, everyone, for the questions. Next, we have Iron Cyber.
Sorry for interrupting. As I see the schedule is a little bit out of time. It's Andrei Gusak, my grant CEO. We have to pitch 1 minute ago, if I'm not mistaken, from the initial schedule.
Hey, Andrei. Yeah, I'm afraid maybe we missed you when we were calling. Maybe there was a bit of a lag or just a disconnect. Would you be able to hop in right after Iron Cyber?
Yeah, 100%. Please let me in from another device. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, so give us 10 minutes.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay, hello. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
You're good to go.
I'm good to go. Just a moment. We'll start my timer. Hi, hello everyone. My name is Irina, and I am a founder of Iron Cyber, which is a cybersecurity spin-off of SET University. We transform Ukrainian cyber war experience into global cyber resilience. Here is the problem. There is a huge talent shortage in cybersecurity vacancies, and traditional education does not produce professionals ready for real incidents, because to know about the attack, it's not the same as to act during the attack. Universities and training providers, they lack access to current real-world attacks, and existing cyber range platforms, their content is very often artificial or outdated. Why does it matter? Because Ukraine is one of the most attacked countries in the world, also in cyberspace. For people who lives on the East Coast in US, you may remember the Colonial Pipeline hackers attack, when Russian hackers attacked the Colonial Pipeline, which caused fuel panic and East Coast national emergency. The same for NotPetya, which caused 10 billion total damage. And what you don't know is that all of these attacks, they were tested first on Ukraine and then scaled all over the world. So the lesson here is that everything what happens in Ukraine later scales to other countries. That is exactly how Russia prepares. So what do we sell? We sell real-world attack scenarios, so we can simulate in a safe environment or on your digital twin infrastructure for your team or for your employees the attack that happened on Ukraine. It might be like corporate attacks or critical infrastructure, whatever it is. we worked with different cyber range platforms, the platforms that simulate these attacks. And at some point, we realized all their pain points, and we built our own cyber range. This cyber range is able to connect the physical devices because now like we have a lot of attacks on drone manufacturers, and we also can simulate them. And it is AI native from the early beginning. So we have AI copilot, we have behavioral telemetry and adaptive scenarios. And all the data are based on partnership from the Federation of Technological Sports, where cyber competitions now is officially recognized sport in Ukraine. It all connects in a big ecosystem. We have academia who do all this attacks research, Iron Cyber who creates the scenarios, and Iron Rage by Iron Cyber, which deploys the scenarios, exercises, and competitions at a large scale. The business model is like really simple. We have long-term contracts, like from 1 to 50,000 per contract, and we can deliver cyber events. We create scenarios for military, for corporates. We can do offense scenarios or defense scenarios. We can also connect the drones and other physical devices. Our traction in 12 months, we are only 1 year old. We already have like 400,000 contracted ARR, and we have our clients like the biggest cyber ranges in US. Our scenarios were presented in biggest conferences all over the world. I really believe that we don't have like real competitors on the market because for now we work only with Russian attacks. But we have a lot of partners, and clients. Our team is like really gender balanced, and we have a perfect advisory board that helps us to scale to yes. We are not looking for investments right now, like we are building toward around, but will be ready, like we will be investment ready in 6 months, and we are raising 2 millions.
Awesome.
And that's it.
Oh, sorry, I think I jumped the gun there, but thank you, Irina. Great presentation. Floor is open. Any questions?
Do you work with any Ukrainian state agencies, like for example, State Service of Special Communications, CERT?
Like we work with CERT. We have a partnership with them. That's actually where we get the data for the attacks, but not only with them. We also work with Ukrainian cyber forces, you just name it. And honestly, as a spin-off from the university, we also teach all these cyber forces and CERT in the university. So we can collaborate a lot on all these researches.
Do we have any other questions?
Irina, do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
Yes, first of all, thank you very much for the presentation. It's appealing to my heart because I'm coming from the cybersecurity field after 25 years intelligence unit in the IDF in Israel. I would like to ask you if you are, as you know, Israel is one of the best place for cybersecurity because they have tight connections to the US Army. I'll be very glad to introduce you to one of the biggest cybersecurity company in Israel that actually opening now their subsidiary in DACH region in Austria, and they are looking at cooperate with cybersecurity like you, and I think it could be a good match. But I'd be very glad to introduce you to them. But what do you think about this opportunity? Because I see that you are not looking for funding now.
I will look for funding maybe like in 6 months period. And for me, all this cybersecurity, Israeli cybersecurity companies were the inspiration for Iron Cyber, because we also have like part of our team, they are military, and my idea was how should I teach them to help them to launch cybersecurity startups. So we have one of our clients, it's a cyber range from Israel. I really will be like really happy to have this introduction, at least like to learn from them, like their best practices.
Great. Let's set the meetings and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Any other questions? All right. If not, thank you, Rena. Again, great presentation, great connections. And I guess we'll just ask All My Grant to take the stage. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Do you see my presentation?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, you're good.
Well, great. Let's start then. In the beginning of the full-scale war, I have joined military forces of Ukraine as a volunteer, and I also worked in a hospital that cured people who got back from the front line. And there I have seen how people die and suffer just because we had no equipment, no programs, just we had nothing and we had no funding, and that was the main issue for that moment. So I have started raising grants as a volunteer. The first grant as I raised was for a UAV production facility for 300K, and then I also won a few grants for healthcare. Uh, I was honored many times, but at that time I was not solving the real problem. The thing is, from idea to exit, there are stages, and they're well known. They're pretty. Everyone has used them. But speaking of last three, from MVP to exit, there are funding instruments very common to those. That's pre-seed, seed, and Series A, BC. So. But for the first two, in classic venture, it's usually covered by own money of the founder and friends, family, and or a small loan, because it's very cheap to go from idea to MVP. In classic venture, it's up to 50K. But speaking of defense tech or in deep tech, those stages need a lot of science and R&D, and it's much more valuable. It's up to 500K to just create a solid MVP to be ready for pre-seed round. So the only real instrument at that time, especially in Ukraine, is grants. Because banks are not willing to pay such amounts of money for idea stages, and there's almost no other funding instruments. So we're doing it. We're creating an AI native service that secures grant funding. It works pretty simple. It finds grants, moderates chats, drafts proposals, simplifies reporting, everything. It's not very unique from the first side. It's just this results in the first stage. We have attracted $5 million a year in grants. We attract them every year. We have 100 clients already. We got 80K in quarterly sales. We have secured 22 grants in this year. We tripled our 2025 revenue already, and we have 70% margin, so we're a profitable business. And we have pretty simple business model. We charge $5,000 in the beginning as a one-time retainer and apply until we win. So we're guaranteed by agreement that we secure your funding. Also, we charge a success fee. We have solid team. with enough expertise in grant funding ecosystem, AI, and marketing. We have also support from VN Capital, not just as covering 30% of our round, but also in advisory. We have invested $120,000 from our own pocket, and now we're raising 250,000 more. If we cover this round, if we close it by the end of the third quarter, we're going to increase our capacity up to 4 times as we finish R&D, because now we have 80% automation in our services, and with the AI full integration of all features that we're now producing, our capacity will grow up to 4 times, and we can perform service for 40 clients, securing 20 million in grants and 400,000 in quarterly sales, secure 80 grants, and reach 2 million in revenue by the end of 2027 with 85% of margin according to our financial model. So I would love to answer the questions.
Thank you, Andre. Questions, anyone?
I have two questions. One is because it's defense tech, how do you ensure the security of the data, of the information that is on your platform?
We have agreements with like non-disclosures, etc. Also, we store everything on our local server. We just have no access to internet with sensitive data.
And other, for example, there is grants by European Defense Fund, and they provide with ability to go to participate as a part of the coalition. But you need to have a full coalition to apply for the grant to secure it. Did you have any experience in, for example, other companies to
Yeah.
invite and participate?
Why we started doing it in the first place, like what is the main unique feature? We have researched more than 30 products that are now also existing. They might look similar to ours, but they do not support those, as you called, coalition. Those are called usually consortiums. And 85% of all money is followed to consortiums, and only 15 for individual beneficiaries. And everyone is now competing for those 15%. As you see here, market is huge, but everyone is competing for 15%. And speaking of grant management services market, there are some automatic services, there are manual, there are individual projects, and there are consortium. So today, almost everything is covered except for automatic services for consortium projects acquisition. Like these processes are manual for like 95% manual, and that was okay 10 years ago, but today we're just creating agents that replace managers that do pretty like no rocket science job, you know. So it increases capacity and it increases speed of application submission. That's it, yeah.
Thank you, Andrei. Maybe let's have a chat afterwards, because we have 30 companies in our pipeline that some of them might use your services. Thank you.
Andrea, I want to ask you if the precondition is that the companies need to be incorporated in Ukraine in order to apply to your grants?
We work with European Commission as a main donor. There are many projects that can be incorporated in Ukraine. For example, in the last month, we have secured 7 grants for $500,000 each, like 3.5 million euros in total. And all those companies are incorporated in Ukraine. But we have also secured grants for 4 million euros and like for consortium as coalition as previous questionnaire said. And those companies were mainly incorporated in European Union. So it doesn't really matter for us. It matters for European Commission who they fund. And Ukraine is eligible for most of programs. Not all of them. There are some geographical limitations, but usually they're not so like there are more than 600 open calls right now. Most of them are acceptable for Ukraine and for European Union.
Please check out with your colleagues if we can maybe team forces together because GVI in Austria specializing in raising grants and subsidies from in the federal level, in the national level in Austria, it's 150 million per quarter that is available for international companies that opening their subsidiary in Austria. So if we can team forces together, it will be great because we don't have any limitation, for example, to match public institutions that are helping companies to get up to 3 million euro with Horizons or EIC Accelerator.
Yeah,
So
100%.
if it's something similar and there's no any kind of conflict, I think it's a huge opportunity because we can bring our expertise to your desk and you can bring your expertise to our desk, and then we can evaluate companies together, and then we can leverage your investment to 3 million to each company from our side, the Austrian side.
Yeah, great. We can connect after the meeting.
Great. Thanks. That's our time.
Thank you very much. Would love to connect with anyone.
Thank you, Andre. Great conversations. And I'll just hand over to Hans for our last speaker for today.
Thank you. And yeah, for Oh My Grant, I feel like there's some interesting tailwinds there, especially with all of the rebuilding funds pledged to Ukraine. There's going to be a lot of application madness that you need to go through. So it's an attractive model. So last but certainly not least, like turn it over to Threatbreaker.
Hello, everyone. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can. You're good to go.
Perfect. So hello, everyone. I'm Andrew, co-founder and CEO of Threatbreaker, and we are building cyber immunity for the AI era. The economics of cybercrime have changed. Attacks have become cheaper, faster, and easier to scale. But the worst has finally happened. Cyber attacks that have plagued healthcare for more than a decade have tragically resulted in the death of patients. So a decade ago, a cyber attack meant a financial loss, but today companies go bankrupt and people are dying. Human-driven security simply doesn't scale anymore. I recently spoke to a healthcare organization managing over 8,000 workstations, and their security team, just one person. The industry is short nearly 5 million professionals, while AI generating more threats and more complexity. For many small and medium businesses, a single breach can be the difference between survival and bankruptcy. The real battleground is investigation. When an incident happens, analysts have to jump between multiple tools, for example, CrowdStrike, Sentinel-1, Microsoft Defender, to understand what actually happened. And every tool shows a part of the picture, but none of them tells the whole story. That's why investigation often take hours or even days. Threatbreaker automatically reconstruct the incident and explain what happened in minutes. The value of Threatbreaker goes beyond security. We reduce operating costs, we help security providers generate more revenue, reduce cyber risk, and accelerate incident response. So instead of alerts, analysts get answers. We start with small and medium business-focused security providers managing millions of endpoints. It's our entry point into 40 billion plus market with path to a broader opportunity. We sell through security providers on parent point subscription. We start with partners managing up to 20,000 endpoints, integrating Threadbreaker into their managed security service. If we're talking about our traction in the less than 12 months, we went from customer discovery to 5 active pilots, representing 25,000 endpoints across the Americas, Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. In Ukraine, we started pilot with Fuzzy Group. It's one of the biggest retailer, and they have actually more than 20,000 endpoints, and they have everyday attacks from Russian sides. So it's really frontline that we joined to fight. We have negotiation with telecom company from Finland that 140 years old and have trust in this market, and they have 300,000 small medium businesses as their customers. As founders, we have worked together for more than 5 years and completed successful M&A exit together. Before Threadbreaker, we spent years to build and deliver cybersecurity solution for enterprise customers like Commvault, also Tenable. So we actually know day-to-day reality of security operations. And part of our team will work in cyber defense and cyber police in Ukraine. So we really know what's going on behind the investigation. We are raising 3 million pre-seed round to scale what's already working and convert our pilots into paying customers and expand our partner network. And of course, it's cybersecurity, so we need to stay current and spend some money for the researchers. Security operations are becoming autonomous. Threadbreaker is building the future. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'm ready for questions.
Thank you, Andrei. What questions do we have for Threatbreaker? Maybe he just explained it too well.
No questions.
I can actually ask a
Go ahead.
question. And worth noting, I'm not an investor. I'm at the U.S. Department of Commerce trying to find companies from Ukraine who'd like to access the U.S. market. But Andrei, I saw you listed a lot of those funds going towards go-to-market strategy. What exactly is your target market?
So it's security providers that already serving small and medium businesses, because that's the most defenseless and underserved segment of the market, because a lot of our competitors, they kind of enterprise tailored companies, and these solutions are usually very expensive and really hard to implement for medium-sized enterprise. So it's like small and medium business, mostly medium, and security providers there's that serving, because security providers, they also need effective solution to serve pool of their customers.
And would you say you're doing that globally, or are there particular regions?
Yeah, it's globally. So we have a lot of demand from Asia, like Taiwan, Mexico, Latin American, Saudi, America, Ukraine, Europe as well. And our solution really good for European Union, because they have NIS2 certification that required from security provider to report to the government in 72 hours. And it's great fit with our system because we can generate all instant responses really fast.
Andrew, maybe I missed something, but what you're looking for?
You're muted. I'm doing that.
Andrew, maybe I missed something. What you are looking for?
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. Yeah. So we are looking for 3 million round pre-seed to mainly it's for go-to-market efforts. We will be presenting our solution on Black Hat next month, so we're focusing on go-to-market mainly.
don't have any kind of paying customers or market validation yet.
So I hope this month we will sign first contract because one of the company they deeply evaluating our solution, and I hope we will sign the contract before Black Hat. So.
You're incorporated in Ukraine?
No, we're in US, Delaware C Corp.
Yes. Thank you.
Welcome.
Maybe have one more question. What about false positives? Because I saw some similar ideas, and it usually is a large problem that with AI you generate a lot of false positives, and then you activate the process, and it is not right. So how do you cope with that?
Sure, that's also one of our main differentiators because we can adjust the level of automation, and our model inside is self-learning. So when it see like 3 times false positive, and you mark it as a false positive, it will not appear anymore. But again, it's like really flexible because cybersecurity guys, they are really conservative and they don't trust AI a lot. So they can adjust the level of automation from like just some highlighting something till full autonomous systems. So it depends on security team and their approach, how they work.
Thank you.
All right. If we don't have any other questions, I think that brings us to the end of our regularly scheduled programming here. But I'll turn it over to Hall real fast to register interest from some investors and wrap us up. Oh, you might be muted as well.
You muted me.
Good
Okay.
idea. So the next Ukrainian entrepreneurs, we can work on an AI-enabled unmuting program.
No, yeah, great. I want to thank everybody for a great presentation. Before we wrap up, I'd like to ask the investors who ask questions, who would you like to follow up with? And if you'd like to tell us more about your fund and what you do, we have a few more moments here. Anybody else in the audience, if you'd like to share feedback and tell us about yourself, we'll get to you as well. Just turn on your video. But let's start with Kobe. Kobe, tell us about your group and tell us a little bit about who would you like to follow up with?
First of all, I really excited from this pitch day because I'm coming from the defense sectors with a lot of expertise from Israel, 25 years, Lieutenant Colonel Intelligence Unit, and very close relations with the Navy in Virginia, US. So first of all the companies, I must say that all the companies that are pitched today, I think that they could be a good fit to our investment strategy, that they actually combine non-diluted funding from the Austrian national level and federal level that could be matched with private investors from our network that is more than 30 countries, 6,000 investor venture capital, family offices, and investors, angels. So I'll be very glad to evaluate. We have a digital platform that's called GVI Analyzer that we evaluating every company. It's part of our due diligence. And once we get the comprehensive report, we can set up meetings with each of the companies and give them some kind of recommendation which way to go and help them to apply to the public institution from one side. And second, because we have a global marketing agencies that we are operating in Austria, we can help the companies in market penetration and collaboration with potential clients. So all the companies are interested. I really appreciate this invitation. It's not usual that I see a lot of companies from the defense sectors, and I'll be very glad to contribute from my side.
Great. Thank you, Kobe. And Tim Baskerville, can you tell us about yourself and what you invest in, and who would you like to follow up with?
Yeah, Paul, thank you. Yes, we're launching a new venture fund, and our focus is on the B2B data layer as it feeds AI solutions. Could be any vertical market, but our expertise is in tracking how data can be proprietary data can be exploited. And I'm interested in following up with portality.
All right, we'll make that introduction. Who else is here? Let's see, we got I think Justine had to leave early, but she said she really liked the portality and mosquito. She wanted to follow up with Arabavovna, so we'll make that introduction as well. And then we have Defense Builder. Can you tell us about yourself there?
Yes, hello. My name is Vladislav Berehui. I'm the head of the acceleration program. We recently expanded into ecosystem with accelerator in itself to accelerate pre-seed, seed level of defense tech startups, both Ukrainian and European. We already have 31 company in our portfolio. We have two funds. One is already we close the round for that fund, and we have raising the funds for the second fund, and also we have our analytics and due diligence department to help our companies, to help companies of our portfolio to identify any potential threats with the European and US investors. So one of our main interests is to accelerate the technology that is now and fund the technology that is now in demand both with armed forces and large manufacturers, so-called neo primes in defense tech. We help our companies to de-risk, make the effort to de-risk our companies for the investors to understand, for example, to fix a cap table, to provide a pathway for the embassies with, for example, export control to validate with the military. So, for example, if you see there are a lot of pitch decks that you see as investors. We have our R&D staff to validate the claims of our companies. We have military connection, widespread military connections. So, for example, if startups is saying that we are connected with this brigade or operating with this brigade, we check with the brigade commanders how well the software module or the platform executes to the risk that for potential investors and many others things among those.
Great. And who would you like to follow up with?
I want to follow up with all my grants. They're actually one of our portfolio companies, Koalas, that was pitching today as well.
Those two? Okay. Thank you for that. And Perry Ball, you want to tell us about yourself and who you'd like to follow up with?
So Perry Boyle, I'm the CEO of MITS Capital. We're the largest defense tech investment group in Ukraine. We've got a portfolio of over 21 companies that we've invested in Ukraine in our first fund. We're on our second fund now. We have a Danish footprint through our company MITS Industries to kind of bridge between Ukraine and NATO/EU. We have one of the largest private export companies for Ukrainian defense tech and dual use. We've got some opportunities and yes, thank you, Vlad. We work very closely with, in Ukraine, it's not like in California. Everybody works pretty well together in the investment community. We all share deals. We're all in each other's deals because we're all share the same goal of getting the Russians out of Ukraine. And that's really what guides our investment criteria. Does this product or service enhance Ukraine's ability to get the Russians out of the country? If it does, we'll take a look. If not, it's not for us. And Arabavovna is the company that we're most interested in that pitch today. But we're always happy, and I'm sure Vlad is too, to host investors in Ukraine, introduce you to the ecosystem, and anything we can do to create more capital flows into what is by far the most innovative defense universe in the world today. And it's really good to see Laura on the call too. She's been very helpful for American investors coming into the Ukrainian ecosphere. The U.S. Embassy is fantastic and gives investors a lot of support.
Great. Thank you for that, Perry. We'll make that introduction to Bavovna. With that, we are at the end of our time. Hans, you want to go and close us out with final words?
Yes, well, thank you all so much. There's not much else that you can say on top of the fantastic words of someone like Perry Boyle. But yeah, I think we all share a similar mission. We're being driven by the heart here, but at the same time, we recognize that there are incredible things being built in Ukraine across the ecosystem, and we're proud to be part of it. So thank you all again for joining, and we're looking forward to next time.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.